Manchester United are at the top of the league. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Football Connect as this is the new season and what a kickoff. Manchester United versus Fulham. The game finished 1 Manchester United nil Fulham. It should have been a different game, to be honest. Fulham had their opportunities to actually score as well as United, but what counts in the beginning of the season, the beginning of the game, is the first goal, and the United got the goal. By the way, they've actually made history, by the way. They're the first team to have 8 games in a row started in their home ground. No team has ever done that. 8 games. That's interesting. But let's talk about the game, because I think it's really important to highlight some of the best players that were in the game and how much this United team can actually work. So structurally, like when we look at the structure of the team, you can see that there's still so much to work on. Maybe Eric Ten Hag was telling the truth in the analysis of today when he was saying that there's still so much to work on, and I think it was proven watching the game that they were some of the missed passes and the spaces that they're opening at the back when they go on attack. Those are the things that they have to be working on, and it's really important, especially this season, because if Fulham took advantage of those 2 counter-attacks when they were 3-on-1, 3-on-2, 2-on-1, all those ones and even more, this could have been a different game. But somehow we saw so many players stepping up that we actually ruled out that so many Manchester United players have been shouting that they should go. So I'm going to talk about them as we get into this video. So of course, the way the team was set up, the way Manchester United set up in this game, it was to allow Onana being the goalkeeper, of course. A guy who said he's going to take so many risks. I did not see those risks. In fact, it was only once when I felt like he was really playing with fire. But overall in the game, I think he played so well. I think he handled everything so well. So it was Onana, and I have to say something. Nozia Mazarovi, I think that's how you pronounce him, is looking a player, people. He played so well that right back, and at the moment when he's needed in the box, he was really active. Do you know the first attack of what was that guy's name? The guy who's very strong for Fulham. What's his name? Adama Traore, the one who he was going where it looked like it was going to be dangerous when he passed Martinez and passed the Dalot and he turned. It was Masrovi who actually worked into the pool to take away the ball, and I think it was really important because he needed to step up. But as we go to the game, we got to see that the certain players that we have been talking about, like they are never going to step up, but they show that they really stepped up in today's game. I'm talking about somebody like Maguire, a player that so many United fans don't even think that the team will ever renew his contract. Played today in the game, and I believe he looked so perfectly. He looked like he deserved to be in that pitch. He looked like he has been playing there for such a long time. And he was, I think, if I'm to be honest, he was one of the contenders to be the man of the match in that game, because the way he was playing, the way he was defending, the way he was picking up the ball moving forward, it shows that Maguire of confidence, the guy we used to see at Leicester. It seems like United are actually now starting to think of building up, and maybe you have to give Ineos some respect because they looked at some of the players who means and who actually wants to play for the badge, and he has turned up to be one of the best, as we have seen. Looking at Lisandro Martinez doing what he does, being the butcher, also made the joke after that tackle that he did, that push that he put on to Adama Traore, who fell down, and he said that he sent him to what? I think he said a funny comment. You should go listen to it when he was doing his interview with the Sky Sports. One thing you can actually one thing I think you can talk about this combination is that it worked. They were covering for each other. They were acting up. They were doing as much as they were doing. They were putting their body on the line to defend. So many chances where Fulham could have kicked, but the blocks, the way United were stopping them, were amazing. And I think you have to put some respect on the team. It shows that there is something unique that United is working on here. Going forward, Casemiro, I have never seen Casemiro performed this good like today, the way he played today. It looked like the Casemiro of Real Madrid. The one that United actually expected that they were buying when they bought him from Real Madrid 2 years back. He was falling down, but also maybe it's because the players now he's playing with are players who are actually there to be workaholics when they are needed to. They're working so hard to make sure that the ball moves forward, moves swiftly and help in terms of attack. Kobe Mainoo, showing how much of a ball threat he is, how much of a good player he is, still playing it easily, slowly, good passes, moving well, and showing the world that he's going to be a world star really in the making in terms of how they're working on him. We also saw Bruno Fernandes playing that false nine after, of course, after the new contract. So many chances he should have buried. I think he got 2 passes from Casemiro in which he should have scored. Casemiro, to be honest, he was all over the pitch. I felt like if we're going to choose the man of the match today, it should have been him. I know that they gave it to Joshua Zirkzee because of the goal. He was the difference maker of the goal, but in terms of the whole entire game, Casemiro was on it. He was playing so well. Of course, you could see that with the new player that they brought in later on, Zirkzee, there's still some misunderstanding with the team in which you can see that it's something that they can work on. But one thing I can tell you, the player's intelligent to read the game. It's out of this world. He understands when he has to drop back to help out in the midfield, when he has to come forward and be in the boxes to expect chances and play advantages to any crosses that comes. Hence where the goal came from. That cross from Garnacho, it was easy for him to actually put it in because of how he's positioning himself. It's really important. I was really excited to see how Ahmad was going to do in the game, but I felt like he did not show so much because maybe the player he was playing against is one of the best right back, is right or left back in the Premier League, to be honest. Robertson shows that he has something amazing, and he really kept quiet Ahmad so many times. Garnacho came in later on, of course. He was tired, but he still tried it and he kept him quiet for some time until that last time he only allowed him to cross once, and that's where the goal came from. So you can see that there is so much that United can build from. You can see that there is a direction over what they're now trying to do. And thank God there is a direction, because we were always confused what exactly these guys were trying to do. But now you see they have the players who are actually there. We saw Lisandro Martinez be taken out to play the left back. In which that I actually feel like that's not his position. I feel like he's really good at that position on the left side of the defense, not playing as a left back. He really struggles because when he's at that defensive position, he knows how to get the job done. He knows how to push the players away and cause chaos. And I think that was really important in the way he approached the game. Looking at other players, Marcus Rashford, again, a game that I felt like he was silent. He had some one-on-one runs, but honestly, to be honest, I did not see him in the game. There was some point I felt, especially in the first half, that are you telling me that the whole entire game United are only going to rely on counter-attack in which they were looking threatening? But it changed when they discovered that Fulham had a plan to stop their counter-attacks, and they started playing 1-2 passes, one touches, and moving on. And I felt like that's good football to build up on. It's still not yet okay. It's still rusty and something that they can work on. But you can see that there is a direction on what United are working on. You can see that for a change, Eric Ten Hag actually understand what he wants to achieve, actually understand what he wants to do as a manager. And I'm really excited for it. You can always give the manager the chance to prove himself, to prove what he wants to achieve in the team, and actually do that in the game. And I think you have to be excited over the outcome of what they're working on. Of course, there are players that were really confusing, because I have to say, as much as I feel like so many people will say was good, I did not see so much of a Mason Mount. He was really not a player who was actually in the game, and I think that's something that they have to work on. He has to actually be pivotal in the game. I think he only got one chance from a Marcus Rashford touch, and it was saved by Leno, in which I actually believe in this game at the end of the day, the draw, the man of the match, I think they were going to choose Leno, because he kept Fulham in the game for such a long time, really. I don't think if we had to compare the touches on the saves, the keeper who fares the more, to be honest, I think it has to be Leno, because he had to be active on target. They had 5 shots on target, and most of them, Leno stopped them. And the fifth one was the goal from Zirkzee. 14 shots in overall, over to 10, and 2 shots on target from Fulham. They did not really perform well in the way that I expected them to do. Fulham, they stopped United last season. They knew how to hurt them. They really caused them so much chaos, and it's really important to see how that works on to be, because also there were so many openings, so many spaces. They have to find the direction over how they play in their build-up spaces, in their defensive shapes. United, as much as they're trying to do a 4-4-2, their 4-4-2 is there's so many gaps. If the defense are holding on, they are gonna be tempted to go attack, opening so much space to allow the team to actually hurt them. So that's something that I feel like they have to work on, their defensive shape, as well as changing it into attack. They cannot only rely on Marcus Rashford type of football, in which way the ball comes in and go attack. They have to find the best way so that they can be the best in transition when they go far. So it's really important to see how they develop and they actually work on those small spaces where I felt like they were lacking. But all in all, that was a good game. That was a good start from Manchester United. They did so well. They played so well. They had the direction. They knew how to attack the team. They knew how to hurt the team, and they played advantage to Fulham's flops. Even though there were not so many, they did. And in talk about one-on-one defending, Harry Maguire has really developed on that. He's really doing so. I'm not saying that it's one of the fastest, but he was left and he did the job. He stopped United from being put under pressure, and that's really important. Lisandro Martinez doing what he does, pulling himself up forward, sacrificing himself, stopping any chances that that this team would ever try to create to go forward. And I think that is really important to build up into such a direction, into doing something that is really amazing to see how they play the game. So I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. How did you think of United's performance? What are you expecting from them going forward? How do they develop to this? Can they actually do so? Because right now, every United account that you go in, maybe some who actually are headless in terms of they are excited that they've lost their head. They're celebrating that they're on top of the league, while it is the first game which has been played in the Premier League. I don't know. I don't want to say so much. I've already said so much in giving praise to United. But I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of United's performance? Who impressed you the most? Mine, I have to say Casemiro. I have to say Harry Maguire. These are two players that were on the chopping list from United fans, but they came out and they showed that they still deserve to be in the game. But all in all, that was a good game. Do me a favor, click that like button, subscribe to the Connected. That's the best way you support us. And also go check out the Football Connect LFC. This is a new channel, people, that I've created where we cover Liverpool content. If you want to find out where I can actually, if I can say some crazy things over my club, I can over predict in some certain situations, go find out there. That's where you'll find me saying some crazy things and all the things you want to learn. Thank you very much for watching. I've been your host, Sam. We'll see you on another one. We're out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect.